So just tuning in to what is present for you in your emotions right now. Just breathing with your emotions. You can bring your hands onto your belly or onto your heart. And just feeling this oceanic quality of emotions. There tends to be this rise where the emotion might feel intense and then it drops down again, just like a wave. And I've been really feeling into how we're really in a boat, all of us together in this time. And sometimes we have to batten down the hatches, close everything up, and ride out the storm. And other times it's all hands on deck. Let's get it done. Let's go where we need to go. Ride the wave. So just feeling into where you are on your wave right now. Are you feeling this swelling and kind of intensity in your emotions? Are you in the trough, in that place of quietude and rest? Just know that it is all the ocean of divine. And the divine is our captain. No matter how rough the seas may get, we are utterly guided at this time. And though we might not know where we're going, you might be in the middle of the ocean, seeing no land in sight for days, weeks, months, but we are still being captained and guided by the divine. So we'll come on to hands and knees and just begin to tune into the wave-like quality of your breath. And allowing yourself to sink back towards your heels as you empty your exhale. As you breathe in, press the sit bones under around the spine. So you're arching the back, coming into this crested wave. And as you exhale, just drawing the heart forward and then sinking back towards your child's pose. The head can release, rounding the spine as you breathe in, feeling that open your back. Then exhale, lifting the head and drawing back. Take that one more time. Breathing in, feeling the wave rise. And breathing out, feeling that wave come ashore and then draw back out. And coming to hands and knees. Find a nice tabletop back and let the left leg lift. And notice if the lower back is wanting to dip and the head trying to throw back. Let the throat come a little bit forward. Drop the leg a little bit and let the sit bones tuck under and forward just a little, activating your chest muscles. And we'll bend the left knee and straighten. So go easy with this. Breathing in, bending the knee, exhale, straightening. One more time, breathing in, feel the heart opening. Exhale, feel the pelvis tuck under slightly as you reach back. Then we'll bend the knee, lift the head slightly, bringing the throat forward, relax the face. Then exhale, draw knee and nose towards each other. Lifting the leg as you lift your head. Exhale, coil in. Inhale, extending the spine, lifting the leg, and drawing in. And taking that leg up, and let the knee come down. Just find your center for a moment. Press into the mat with your hands, activate your chest muscles, feeling the length of your spine. Then taking the right leg up, bend the knee, lift the head, let the throat come forward. Tuck the sit bone under. Exhale. Pull knee and nose towards each other, rounding the back. Lifting the knee, lifting the head. Exhale, coil. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee and nose come towards each other. And lengthening the spine as you lift the leg. And then let the knee come down. We'll curl the toes under. Now we'll just lift the knees so your shins are parallel to the floor. And look forward. Feel the sit bones drop down and under. Activate your chest muscles. Take a couple breaths into your back. Feel your core starting to heat up. And then taking it to downward facing dog. And you can walk in place, stretching the calves, the backs of the legs, letting your head release. And feet walking to the hands. Bending the knees, let the sit bones drop down. Gently float up, letting the arms come together overhead. Fingertips touch or palms touch, pressing the armpits forward and slightly up. Sit bones tuck forward and under. Then feel the heart lifting towards your thumbs. The throat comes forward. Then the nose can lift towards your thumbs. Breathe in, feel yourself grow a little bit longer by anchoring the tailbone. Exhale, take a forward fold. Let the head release, hands reach behind. And we'll take the arms out to the side, palms reach up. Fingers come together or palms come together. Armpits press forward and up. Sit bones drop down and under. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Just feeling your spine grow a little bit longer. And exhale, bend the knees. Folding forward, arms reach back. Taking the arms out to the side, palms up, floating up. Sit bones dropping down and under, armpits forward and up. Feel the spine lengthening, space between the base of the skull and the shoulders. Taking the forward fold, arms reach back. We'll bring the hands onto the shins, lifting to a flat back. Drop the sit bones slightly. Feel the heart lift. Exhale, belly to thigh. Let yourself release into the forward bend. Breath in, lengthening to a flat back. Breath out, melting forward. One more time, feeling the lift, hands on shins. Exhale, hands come to the floor, stepping back to a plank. We'll come onto the knees, roll the sit bones down and under, rocking forward to come all the way to the belly. And we'll take the hands a little bit wider, lifting the palms on your tippy fingers. Press the tops of your feet into the floor. Press the pubic bone down. Then breathe into the front body. Feel yourself stretching across the floor, and the breath lifts you. Draw the shoulders down. Bring the throat forward, chin lifts. Relax the face. Exhale, let yourself release. Forehead comes to the floor. Pubic bone presses down, toes press down. Feel the spine grow long as you breathe in. The breath creating space. Shoulders come out of the ears. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Tuck the chin, relax down. And once again, lifting with the breath in. Throat comes forward, chin lifts, shoulders draw down. Press the pubic bone down just a little more. See if that helps you lift just a little more. And release down. Bring the hands close to the ribs. And you can either press to the knees or come into a variation of plank on the tops of the feet. Then look at the navel, lift the hips, and take the feet into down dog. And as you feel your heels sink, sit bones tuck toward your armpits tuck back towards your sit bones. Feel the breath empty. You can just walk the feet forward. Big toes come together. Hands to shins, drop the sit bones, lift the heart. Folding forward as you exhale. Take the arms out to the side, palms face the ceiling, and floating off. Fingertips together or palms together. Press the armpits forward and up. Press the sit bones down and under. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Feel yourself growing a little bit longer. Sit bones still dropping down, tailbone connected to the earth. And then we'll bring the hands together at the heart, hugging the inner thighs towards each other. And as if you're trying to roll them back, we'll bend the knees, drop the sit bones down and under. Arms come forward and up. Armpits forward and up. Breathe here. See if the sit bones can drop a little more, lengthening the spine and feeling the front ribs hug together. You might find you can sink a little deeper then. Breathe in to the front body, from your belly to your chest. Exhale, taking a fold. Head can release. Maybe the hands come to the shins or fingertips stay to the floor, lifting to a flat back as you breathe in. Planting the hands and stepping back high, or you can take the float back to low chaturanga. That's up to you. You can come to the knees or shift forward, keeping the elbows close in. We'll come all the way to the belly. Tuck the chin, press the feet down. Keep the elbows close in. Maybe you lift into a cobra shape. Maybe you continue to straighten the arms, but make sure that the shoulders aren't sagging. I'm going to push the shoulders and armpits down towards the floor. Tuck the sit bones forward. Then you'll be able to lengthen the front body without collapsing in the lower back. Tuck the chin, lift the hips, and let your feet come over. So you're in your down dog, head releasing. Sit bones and armpits hug towards each other. We'll take the right leg up and back. Breathing in. Bring the knee towards your nose. Take your time shifting forward and land that foot. Come down to the left knee and sinking the hips forward. Let the arms rise up. Hands can come together with fingertips touching or palms touching. If the shoulders feel a little tense, maybe take the arms wide. Press the armpits forward and up. Throat forward, chin lifts. See if you can sink into your hips just a little more. And exhale. Hands come to the mat. We'll lift the left knee, stepping back so right foot meets left. Sit bones tuck under, shifting forward to lower. Maybe you come all the way down, or maybe you come into up dog from that half chaturanga. Sit bones tuck forward, heart lifts, chin tucks, lifting the hips to take the feet over. Feeling the armpits and sit bones pressing towards each other, creating space in the spine. Left leg comes up, breathing in, reach through the toes. Bring your knee towards your nose. Resist swinging the leg forward, but feel it lift up towards your chest and your belly so that foot can gently land. Then the right knee comes down. Breathe in as you reach forward and up. Feeling free to keep the arms wide or hands together. Armpits forward and up. Throat forward, chin lifts. Breathe. Maybe you can sink a little deeper into the hips. Keep pressing the sit bones down and under. Then hands frame the left foot. Right knee lifts to step back to your plank. Shifting forward to lower. Breath in, opening to your back bend. Lift the kneecaps if you're in your up dog. Push the armpits down, sit bones forward. Let the breath open the front body. Tuck chin, lift hips to come into your down dog. Letting the head release. Armpits, sit bones hug towards each other. We'll take the right leg up, breath in. Again, resist the urge to just swing the leg, but draw it up towards your chest. Knee and nose come together. Gently land the front foot. Come down to the left knee. We'll sink the hips forward, arms rise up. Adding on here, we're going to draw the elbows down. Feel the heart lift. Then reach the fingertips down towards the floor. Feel the shoulders pull out of the ears. Inhale, reach forward and rise. Exhale, elbows pull down. Fingertips reach down. And one more time, reaching forward and up. Exhale, elbows pull down. Heart lifts. Fingertips reach down. Sit bones tuck under. And then the throat comes forward, chin lifts. See if you can open a little more into a back bend. And exhale, let the hands come to the floor. Lift the back knee and step back. Right foot meets your left. Sit bones tuck under and forward, shifting forward. Elbows stay close to lower down. Breath in, you can stay in your cobra or come into your upward facing dog. Making sure the knees are lifted, sit bones pressing forward, lengthen the lower back. Tuck chin, lift hips. Coming into your down dog. And taking left leg up. Knee to nose, gently shifting forward. Foot lands. Right knee comes down. As you sink forward, arms reach up. Elbows draw down. Heart lifts. Fingertips reach for the floor, drawing the shoulders out of the ears. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, elbows pull down. Fingertips reach down, touching the earth. Feeling the wave of breath. Bringing your arms up. Exhale, pulling down, reaching down. Let the throat come forward, chin lift to open just a little more into the back bend. Relax the eyebrows. And exhale, tuck the chin. Hands frame the left foot. Lifting the right knee. Left foot meets right. Shifting forward to lower down. Breath in. Opening to your back bend. Press into the feet. Active quads. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Feeling the heels sinking. Looking at the navel. Armpits and sit bones hugging towards each other. Beautiful. Now we'll take the right leg up. Draw the knee towards your nose. Stepping forward. Left knee comes down. As the hips move forward, arms reach up. Just pulling down one time. Exhale. Feel the heart opening. Fingertips reaching for the floor. Beautiful. And we'll bring both hands to the front knee. Turn the back knee. So the shin is about 45 degrees, I would say, to the back of the mat. And you can either bring that hand to the hip or fingertips can come to the floor and turn the right foot in. And you can feel into turning the back leg a little bit more. Drop the sit bones down and under. And let the right arm come over your head. Nice. And then exhale, we'll sweep the horizon. Let the hips sink down so you're sitting toward your left foot. Then sweep the arms forward, push the hips forward. Feel the lift. But try not to splay your ribs open. Keep them hugging in. Then trace the horizon, sink towards the left heel. Sweep forward to lift. And now we'll let that sweeping action take us back to the front. Framing the right foot. Left knee lifts. Right foot meets left. You can hang out in your plank. You can shift forward and lower down. Feel free to come into cobra or upward facing dog. We'll come into downward facing dog. Feeling the sit bones and armpits hug together. Feel the wave-like movement of your breath. Left leg rises. Take your time, knee to nose. Try to resist the urge to swing. Foot gently lands. Right knee comes down. Hips drop down and forward. Arms come forward and up. Armpits come forward and up. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Elbows pull down. Heart opening. Fingertips reaching towards the floor. And folding as you exhale, hands to the front knee. Back knee turns. And then either hand to the hip as the left foot turns in, or fingertips to the floor with the right hand and the left arm reaching overhead. Hug the ribs together, lengthen the lower back, and sweep the horizon, just sinking down. If it doesn't feel comfortable to come all the way to the heel, just let your hips move back a little bit, like you're bowing to royalty, and push the hips forward. Heart opening, spine lengthening. Sweep the horizon, sinking down. Sweep the horizon, lifting as you press the sit bones forward. Exhale, sweeping and sinking. One more time to rise up, pushing the hips forward. Now we'll let that sweeping action take us back to the front. Framing the left foot, right knee lifts, left foot meets right, shifting forward to lower. Breath in to your back. Breath out, downward facing dog. And letting the neck release. And now we'll take the feet to the hands, whether you walk forward or take a float, either is fine. Letting the breath empty if you're taking the float. We'll lift to a flat back. Breath in. Breath out, folding. Bend the knees. Drop the sit bones down and under. Arms come forward and up. Armpits come forward and up. Lengthen the back of the neck as you look up. On the exhale, let the hands come down. Right hand to right shin. Left foot will step back in line with the right. There's a little bit of turn in on the left foot, and that arch aligns with the right heel. You can keep the right knee a little bit bent. Let that hand come around to the inside of the calf. Roll the sit bones towards the left side of the mat, and just letting the left arm reach up. You can either look up at the left hand or look down at the right foot. Actively push the mat apart with your feet. Breathe in, feel the ribs hug together. Sit bones roll towards the left side of the mat just a little bit more, so you're not coming into kind of a crunch position. You have a nice long spine. Then let the right knee bend, coming up to a warrior two position. And you can go a little bit longer in your stance if you feel okay to do so. Imagine you're reaching your fingertips to the walls in front and behind you. Roll and spiral that right thigh open. Maybe bend that knee a little more. Pushing the mat apart with your feet. Relax and breathe. Notice if you're coming into a back bend. If you feel that happening, you can hug the ribs together or feel that right thigh spiral open a little more. Relax your breath. I'm going to turn the right palm up, floating to the left for reverse warrior. You can either look down at the left foot or look up underneath the right armpit. Feel the stretch through the right side body. Again, if you feel it more as a back bend and the ribs are puffing out, just hug them in. Roll the sit bones for the left side of the mat. Bend the right knee a little more. On the exhale, windmill your hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn the feet parallel, just drawing some figure eights on the floor. Nice and easy. Bending the knee that your hands are traveling towards. And now we'll bring the hands back to the right foot. Turn that foot out again. So now your legs are into that warrior two position. Sweep the left arm forward. And then turn the feet parallel. Both hands sweep towards the left foot. And we're back to the front. We'll turn the right foot out again. So take your time with this. We're basically just bringing the arms over the top, turning the feet parallel, then the hands come over the bottom, and then turning the right foot out. One more time, sweeping the left arm up, and then the right arm to the left foot, right arm to the left, and we're in the middle. And we'll bend the right knee, turn that foot out, come back to your warrior two. Pushing the mat apart. You might need to go a little longer in your stance. I seem to have traveled. We'll fold to side angle. The right elbow can be on top of the thigh, or the hand can be on the outside of the foot. Pushing the mat apart, and let the top arm come over your head towards the front of the mat. Ribs hug together. Roll the sit bones toward the left side of the mat. And you can just look down at the right foot, bend that knee, then feel into looking up underneath the left armpit. Breathe here. Feel any waves of intensity or you're wanting to run away. Just breathe with it. Feel the rise of the wave of emotion or intensity, and then feel it drop. One more breath. Gently releasing both hands to frame the right foot. Lift the left knee. And we'll square the hips forward. Maybe step the left foot in a little bit. Drop the sit bones down and under. Palms come together. Come into this lunge position. And breathe here. We're going to step the feet together, top of the mat, pushing off the back foot. Big toes come together. Just find your balance here. Feel the sit bones drop down. Feel the heart opening. And then we'll come back into our chair pose. So sit bones drop down as the knees bend. Arms come forward and up. Armpits come forward and up. Throat comes forward, chin lifts. Breathe. And folding. Letting the left hand come to the left shin. Right foot steps back in line with left. A little bit of turn in on that right foot, pushing the mat apart with the feet. Left hand comes around to the inside of the calf. Left sit bone presses towards the right side of the mat. And the right arm reaches up. So again, you can just feel in. Are you curled in on yourself, looking at the back of your mat? Or are you coming into a back bend, the ribs opening? See if you can feel a lengthening instead by pushing the mat apart with your feet. You can even let the head relax. Roll that left sit bone towards the right side of the mat again. Hug the ribs together. If you choose to look at the right hand, feel the alignment of your neck with the rest of your spine. Roll the left shoulder in. Breathe. Bending the left knee, reach out the left arm. We're in our warrior two. Again, you can lengthen the stance a little bit if you want to drop a little closer into the earth. Get into those wavy places in the pelvis where we hold a lot of emotion. Feel the left sit bone roll under, reaching through the fingertips and breathing. Then we'll take it to reverse warrior with the left palm turning up, floating to the right, reaching down with the right hand so the left ribs open. Notice if you're coming into that back bend, roll the left sit bone to the right, ribs hug together. Breathing here, feeling the waves of your breath. We'll do our little circle here. First, taking both hands to the inside of the left foot. Turn feet parallel, just drawing some figure eights on the floor. Bending each knee as the hands come over towards that foot. Next time you come over to the left foot, turn the foot out. Scoop the right arm forward. Just going over the top. Feet can turn parallel as your hands come to the right foot. Then tracing the floor, turning the left foot out, bend the knee. Right arm comes forward. Just waving over the top. You can bend the knees as the hands touch the floor. Turning left foot out. Right arm circles forward and out. Last time around. Feet turn parallel. Hands touch the floor. Then we'll come back to our warrior two shape. The left foot facing the front of the mat. Arms level, sinking down. Feeling that left sit bone spiral under and to the right. Folding to your left. Elbow might be on top of the thigh or fingers to the outside of the foot. Roll the sit bones towards the right side of the mat. Right arm reaches overhead towards the top of the mat, pushing the mat apart with your feet. Sink into the left knee. Breathe, relax your jaw. Blow some raspberries if that helps you. If you're finding you're grinding your teeth because you're feeling these waves of intensity or emotion starting to come up, just let it out through the lips. One more breath in, pushing the mat apart with your feet, maybe sinking a little more into the hips. And framing the left foot, lift the right heel, step the right foot in a little bit, drop the sit bones down and under, palms together at the heart to come up to standing. Relax the jaw and the shoulders, relax your face. And we'll step forward, bringing the feet together. Beautiful. Just feel yourself grounded through your feet. Feel the sit bones dropping down. And taking your weight to your right foot, let the left foot come behind you. Bend both knees and press the sit bones down and under. So your hips are under your shoulders. Shifting your weight more towards your right toes. Bend the left knee, bringing that foot towards the hip. Then the hand takes the foot. We'll pull the foot in towards the hip, but the foot's going to resist. Feel the sit bones drop. You feel comfortable here, you can take the right arm forward and up, opening the right side body. Maybe even turning that palm towards the ceiling so you can feel the stretch in the right side. And see if you can stay balanced on the right foot with this transition. Release the foot, bring the knee forward, drop the sit bones down as you bend the right knee. Drawing the knee close to the chest close to the knee, and you can give it a hug, or you can bring the toe to the floor if you're having trouble balancing. Perfectly fine. Breathing here. We'll take the or the left leg over the top of the right, hugging the inner thighs together. Left big toe can come to the floor. Show you the front view. Our eagle pose. Then taking left arm under the right, elbows stack. You can just hold the shoulders, or if you're able to, wrap the arms around each other and palms come together. Pull the elbows towards the chest, tuck the chin, bend the knees a little more. You might find that right knee wants to fold in. Gently press it against the left leg and drop the sit bones down a little bit. You might find you can sink a little more. Nice, taking your time, floating up. And we'll release the left foot next to the right. Take the right foot back, bend both knees, drop the sit bones down and under, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Shifting your weight toward your left toes, bending the right knee, bringing that foot in, taking the foot with your hand if you can. If you can't quite touch the foot, you can just hold this position. Perfectly fine. We're working on lengthening the front of the quads and strengthening the hamstrings. So if you just have the knee bent without holding the foot, that's fine too. But if you do have the foot, pull it in towards the hip, but resist by pushing the foot into your hand. Left arm reaches up. Bend the left knee a little bit so the sit bones can drop down and under. And then opening the left ribs. I'm reaching my palm up to help get that openness through the rib cage. Gently releasing the foot. Knee draws up towards the chest. Chest comes towards the knee. Standing leg is bent. If you're able to really hug the shin, you can do that. If you can just bring your hands onto the knee, perfectly fine. Or big toe can be to the floor. Focus your vision on a single point and breathe. Just feeling the waves of balance and imbalance as they move through you. It's like surfing. And then keeping that standing knee bent. Right leg wraps around it. Right arm comes under left, elbows stacking, and either taking the vine shape or holding your shoulders. Elbows pull to the chest, hands come away from the face. Bending the standing knee, hugging inner thighs together, but you're also pushing the left knee to the left against the right leg. Little chin tuck, lengthening the back of the neck. Then floating up, the breath in, landing both feet. Now we'll take a nice wide stance. Feel free to go off the mat with your feet. Taking an inhale, let the arms come out and up. Hands come together overhead. Dropping the sit bones down as you bend the knees, moving towards a squat. And then as the palms come together, let the elbows push the inner thighs apart. The inner thighs resist a little bit. You can work with your breath here, doing a wave-like movement with that. So as you exhale, tuck the chin, squeeze the elbows with the knees, rounding the back just slightly. Then as you inhale, relax that, push the elbows to the thighs. Let the breath in move up the front body, and the throat comes forward, chin lifts. So as you exhale, it's like what we did on hands and knees. Drop the sit bones under, nose towards your sit bones, armpits down. Squeeze the arms, then inhale, arms push against the legs, lifting the chest. Exhale, coil. Inhale, lift. We'll bring the hands to the mat. Bring the feet together. Sliding the armpits to the insides of the knees, getting low. Elbows bent, almost touching the floor. And keep the elbows pointing towards your toes. As we move into crow, you might find that your elbows want to wing out. So you want to keep hugging them towards each other, activate your chest. You're more advanced, you can bring the knees up into the armpits. But if you're just starting out, good place to work is to tuck the chin. Similar to what we were just doing in the squat. Drop the sit bones down and toward your elbows. Look at your navel. Squeeze the arms and feel your belly draw towards your spine. And as you inhale, shift your weight forward, lift the chest, and maybe one foot comes up. So you can come reset, squeeze the arms, drop the sit bones down and under, look at the navel, armpits press back towards your hips. Then inhale, stretching the spine a little bit. Maybe the other foot comes up. Maybe you find that both feet come up. Squeeze the arms with your knees. Breathe. And gently coming down. And we'll step to downward facing dog. Feel free to just hang out here in your down dog. You can move through vinyasa if you like. Or maybe hang out in plank if you want to fire things up a little bit. It's good to just hang out in the plank a bit. Then we'll meet back in down dog. And we'll work with a wave here. So as you inhale, lift the heels, press the sit bones forward. Let that take you into that cat spine as your shoulders come over your fingers. Then let the heart move forward, look forward. Sit bones stay tucked under. Then tuck the chin. Come back to your down dog. This is very similar to what we were doing in child's pose. And in fact, if you feel like you'd rather do that, you can sit back to your child's pose, then inhale to your cat, heart forward, just like we did in the beginning. And if you're working through this plank variation, big toes hug together, hug the inner thighs together as the sit bones shift forward, uncurl the spine. Then feel the sit bones continue to press forward as the ribs hug together, drawing you back. One more like that. Beautiful. So just take a moment to come onto your knees. And if your wrists are feeling a little tender, you can just flip your hands, or you can give them a little stretch, just some gentle pressure as the fingers point down towards the ground. And I'm just going to demonstrate. We're going to take this into more of a rhythmic flow, kind of a kriya. If you need to take a break, you can also just take a moment, child's pose, hang out in down dog, or do this on the knees instead. Okay, so it's very similar to what we were just doing, but instead of just going into plank, we're coming into an up dog. So if you're doing the knees, you would be coming into more of a cobra shape, keeping the elbows bent. Okay, so feel into it. We're gonna build some speed. Inhale, heels lift, spine rounds forward. Keep pushing the sit bones forward, and then uncurl the spine. Exhale, back to your down dog. Okay, so letting the breath guide you. Inhale, sit bones press forward, and as they do, the spine uncurls into that back bend. Then the chin tucks to lift the hips, drawing back. A little bit faster. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you draw back. Inhale forward. If you have ujjayi breath in your practice, you can work with ujjayi here. Again, pace yourself. If I'm going too fast for your comfort level, just slow down. If you feel really like you got a lot of energy that needs to flow, you could go a little faster than I am. Take your time. Breathe. Make sure you're not just flopping around, but you're really transitioning from one pose to the next. Feeling all the spaces in between, just like a wave. Wave is continuous. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll do 2 more. Take your time, breathe, relax the face. And last one. Taking a moment, either in down dog, coming into child's pose, or maybe into dolphin. So some variations of dolphin that you might play with. If you can keep the forearms parallel to each other, great. We want them to be shoulder distance wide. If that's not so comfortable on the shoulders, you can turn the hands in towards each other. What you want to work with that is just squeezing the elbows together. You can also make fists. I'm finding that's kind of helping me engage the chest muscles a little more, which I kind of struggle with a little bit on my left side. So then lifting the knees and the hips. Make sure you're not collapsing in the shoulders. Push the elbows into the mat. Feel the armpits push back towards your feet. Heels push back. You can just let the head relax. Breathing. Breathe into your back. Hugging chest muscles together as much as you're able. Just being that dolphin in the ocean of emotion. Feeling the playfulness. You can even do some sea lion breath. And breathing in through the nose, letting the tongue stick out with a and then take a deep full inhale from the belly to the heart. Push into the elbows, let the heels sink. And then come onto the knees, shifting forward and come all the way to your belly. And we'll bring the hands to the lower back. Press the sit bones down and under. Then turn your head to the left. Reach through your toes and then press big toe and pinky toe into the floor. That will help connect the pubic bone to the ground and lengthen the lower back. On the breath in, circle the left arm out to the side. Let it continue overhead, lifting the head and shoulder, and let the right leg come up. On the exhale, come to the original position, but turn your head to the right. Then inhale, right arm circles around, comes overhead, head and shoulders lift. And the left leg lifts. Bring the throat forward to lift the chin, relax your eyebrows. Right arm circles around to the lower back as you lower the left leg and turn the head to the left. Left arm circles around. Upper body lifts, then right leg comes up. Turn the head to the right as you come down on the exhale. Right arm circles around. Let the breath in lengthen you and lift you. Head turns to the left as you come down. Left arm circles. Lifting the heart, lifting the right leg. Head turns to the right as you come down on the exhale. Right arm circles around, breath in to lift. Head turns to the left and relaxing down. Just let the arms come down. Take a couple breaths here on your belly. Beautiful. So we'll bring the hands to the lower back. You can interlace the fingers. Straighten the arms as you bring your forehead on the floor. It's not comfortable to hold your hands with an interlace. You can just rest them on your lower back or just reach back towards your feet.
Press the feet and the pubic bone down. Inhale, let yourself float up. Reaching back with the knuckles. Reach through the toes, invite the thighs to lift just a little more. Breathe here. And then relaxing down. Bring the hands next to the ribs. Pressing back either to the knees or to plank on the tops of the feet. Press the sit bones down and under. And then come into downward facing dog. Letting your head release. We'll bring the feet to the hands. You can step forward or flip forward or take a jump through. Let one foot cross behind the other. And we'll come to a seat. So I'm going to turn to face you. We'll bring the hands behind. Bend the left knee. Bringing that foot close to the hip. And press that sit bone towards the heel. Lean into the left leg and relax the right leg. Maybe the right elbow just wraps around the left leg and the left hand comes behind you. Or maybe take the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Looking over the left shoulder, you can let that right ear drop towards the right shoulder. Keep pushing the left hip forward. The left knee can fold to the right a little bit. Pushing down with the left hand. Press the armpits down. Then let your head tilt the other way so your left ear comes to the left shoulder. Now you're looking towards your right foot. Then inhale, letting that unwind. Hands behind, straightening the leg out, and then drawing the right foot in. The heel's close to the hip. Sit bone presses towards the heel. And the right hand behind you. Left elbow can wrap around the knee or elbow come to the outer thigh. Just using your inner thigh muscles to bring the right knee to the left a little bit. Push down with the right hand. Feel that armpit push down. And just take a couple relaxed breaths. Left ear dropping towards left shoulder. Then let the head tilt the other way, so right ear to right shoulder as you look towards the left foot. And unwind back to center. We'll extend the legs out now. Just as far as you feel comfortable. If you find you're not able to sit with a comfortable tall spine, a couple things you can try. One is to bend the knees, roll the thighs out. The other is maybe sit up on something like a folded blanket or a towel, or you could even use your mat, fold up your mat to give your hips a little height, because you want to make sure you're not too flexed as we come into these side bends. So we'll let the legs turn out, the little bend in the knees, and just relax the feet. But feel that both sit bones are connected to the earth. And how we did our little over and under, we'll do that here with a yin and yang with the arms. So take the arms out to the side as you breathe in, lift the chest, then exhale, right arm goes under towards the left inner thigh, left arm reaches towards right foot. Maybe hold on to the left inner thigh, pulling against it as the right elbow presses against the right inner thigh. And the left hand just drifting as close to the left foot or right foot as it can. See if that left sit bone can root just a little more by reaching through the left foot. You can either just look down at the floor or look up underneath the left armpit. Breathe into the chest. Breathe out from the pelvis. Feel it drop a little closer to the earth. And let your breath in. Take the left arm out and up to bring you up. Exhale. Left arm goes under. Right arm goes over. Left hand can take the inside of the right thigh, and the elbow comes to the inside of the left thigh. You can let the legs turn out as you fold. Just take your time here. Don't need to force or push anything. Just let the breath open the front body, and the exhale help you root through your sit bones. Maybe the right hand takes the foot, or maybe not. We'll take your time coming up with the breath in. Hands come behind, and we'll bring the legs in and come onto the back. So once you come down onto your back, just bring the feet to the floor. Press the back of the head and the lower back into the mat. Then relax the belly. Let the breath move from the belly to the ribs, to the upper back and chest and collarbones. Then exhale, just letting the breath out. Nice. So now we'll take the left knee in towards the chest. You can keep the right foot on the floor for now. And either just hug the left knee in towards your chest or take it into a happy baby shape with the knee coming to the outside of the armpit, and you can hold the outside of the foot. Feel free to stay right there, or you can bring both hands to that foot, just working on bringing the knee closer to the floor. And see if you can keep the right thigh spiraling in. That's why you can keep the foot there for some leverage. You can play with extending that leg, but you might find it wants to turn out. So you might have to work to feel that thigh roll in. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can lift the head and shoulders, bringing that left knee a little closer to the floor and the shoulder behind the thigh. And then the right hand can take the outside of the left foot, and either just taking the left hand around behind you or extending the arm out. Or you can even take the leg and work on straightening the knee if that feels accessible to you. And letting the head come out, the shoulder come out. Bend the right knee, bring that foot to the floor. Let left ankle cross over the knee. Just nice, easy press with the left hand against the left knee. But level the sit bones and the pelvis. Deep breath into the belly, ribs, and chest. Feeling the wave movement of your breath. And letting the left foot land. Bringing the right knee in. Again, feel free to just give it a nice hug. We're working to the deeper layers. Lifting the foot, bringing the knee to the outside of the shoulder and the hand on the outside of the foot. Keep that left knee rolling in. You can see that my left leg wanted to fold out. So I have to work to roll that thigh in. Same if you extend the leg. You want to make sure it's not just turning out. Roll that thigh in. You can let the right knee roll out a little bit. And as you lift the head and shoulders, that shoulder might come more underneath the leg. You can either hold that foot with both hands or extend the right arm out or sneak it underneath your hip. Reach through the left toes, roll that thigh in if you have the leg straight. If you have the foot on the floor, just roll the thigh to the right a little bit. Gently coming out, landing the left foot, right ankle comes over left thigh, level the hips, and bring the legs in. Or you can keep the foot on the floor and just open as we did before. Taking a couple deep breaths from belly to the collarbones.
And letting the right foot land. We'll let the arms come to the floor above the head. Press the back of the head into the floor. Press the lower back into the floor. Push the heels into the mat as if you're trying to push them apart. And roll the thighs towards each other a little bit as you start to come up to this bridge shape. Just feeling the breath move from your belly into your ribs, into the chest. Feeling that wave-like movement of the breath washing through you, being present to any emotions that you might be feeling. And slowly, easefully coming down, one vertebra at a time. And let the legs either stretch out or you can bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open. And let the arms come about 30 degrees away from your hips. Snuggling the shoulder blades under you and just relaxing in Shavasana. And as you're resting in Shavasana, working gently with the breath, feeling first just the abdominal breathing, the rise and fall of your belly. Now letting the breath just move into the thoracic spine, your rib cage, feeling your ribs expanding in three dimensions. The belly just staying quiet and relaxed, the shoulders staying quiet and relaxed, so that all that's moving is your rib cage. And letting that breath go, allowing the breath just to move under the collarbones. So you feel a slight lift of the upper chest, the ribs expanding upward towards your ears. And just being aware of how these different ways of breathing affect you. Now we'll combine all three breaths. So first just letting yourself exhale and empty like a wet newspaper onto the floor. And as you breathe in, fill your pelvis, feel the pelvic floor relax, and fill your belly and your lower back, upper belly and middle back, chest and upper back, and the collarbones. Slow exhale from the top to the bottom. So only take as long to take a breath in as you feel comfortable. You start to feel strain or stress, perfectly fine to just let the breath out, even if you don't make it all the way to the top.
And again, just letting the exhale be slow. If you feel like you're just wanting to let it all go at once, maybe just try to blow through your teeth like you're making a sound. Just a couple more breaths here. Feeling the wave of breath filling you like the wave cresting. Feeling the emptiness, that letting go and drawing ashore, the exhale, and that moment of emptiness before the wave draws back out to the ocean. And then when you start to feel the impulse, you can begin to move, maybe starting with your fingertips and your toes. You have the feet together and knees apart. You might use your hands to help the legs come back together. And even let the knees come together and the feet apart for a moment, flattening the lower back down to the mat. Rolling to your side. Let your hands help you come up to a seat. And we'll complete our practice with a round of Om together, bringing the palms together at the heart. Take another one of those deep yogic breaths from the belly to the heart. Thank you so much for being with me today. Namaste.